because you're building up the body of shellac, and it's a repetitive process. So we start as we did before for sealing. Get some shellac soaked well into the pad. And now what I'm going to do is, and this is just a matter of your own judgment each time, I'm going to give a bit of alcohol straight onto there, and then a little bit more shellac, so it's slightly diluted. As always, test it on the paper. See, that's a little bit too wet.
On the edge,
yeah,
yes.
exactly. So then just do it again until it's okay. And because we're now working shellac on previously shellac surface, it'll start to drag straight away. Now, there are different methods of doing this. Some people would try and have your first session without oil. It doesn't really matter, but it works. It makes it easier to do it straight away. But we're talking about maybe 3 or 4 drops only, right? Smear it over. And what I'm going to do is start just as we did before, to spread the oil and the shellac over the surface. So I'm just going to go in long lines across to get the whole surface wet. Okay, and then I'm going to start working in circles. So a row of circles each time. Back to the beginning. And you can do circles across the grain, okay, backwards and forwards. You can go with the grain in rows. Variety of movements to spread it evenly. Okay. Now after a while, if you want to bring the rubber off, remember never to stop. Always move off like that.
Okay, so
rather
don't
than
stop.
come to a stop,
Okay.
yeah. And I was going anti-clockwise, you can go clockwise. Because the human arm tends to work, it's not like a mechanical lever. You'll always have a kind of preference for the energy going one way. So if you change the directions, it might go on a bit more evenly. But to begin with, if you just keep to circles and alter the direction of the circles, okay?
To get everything covered.
To get everything covered. So I will pass that over to you in one moment. I just want to show you something important before you start. And this is why you need a good side light. Once it gets going, it'll be easier to see on the dark wood actually, but you'll begin to see that it's what we call like a vapor trail. Just behind the movement of the rubber you'll see a flash, a bit like windscreen wipers in the rain where it goes and there's a flash off of stuff. And it's doing
there, yes.
Can you see what I mean?
Yeah, you can see it if you look this way in.
There. Can you see that?
Yeah.
If you don't see that, you need to stop and probably add a drop of more oil or a bit of alcohol.
Okay.
Because that flashing off is showing you that the shellac's going on in a proper way and it's not too thick.
Okay.
It's not leaving tracks. Okay. If you get yours charged up, now this by now would probably have dried out.
Yes.
Get a piece of clean paper. If you look at that,
yes.
It's too dry,
Okay,
so you need to
load
charge it
that
up again. Yeah.
Now it gives a drop off.
Now you've done just shellac.
Yeah.
No,
So
it's
give it a
alcohol.
good tube of alcohol, but that alcohol is too strong to go straight on the wood. So now cover it.
We're going to simmer
That's
around
good.
it a lot.
Have you done a bit of alcohol as well?
And I haven't, no.
Okay.
Okay, so just a few
Yeah.
drops.
Just don't do it over your board. Okay.
So just
Okay.
No, the whole tube.
Oh,
of
the
alcohol.
whole tube of
You
alcohol,
can't
okay,
use
so-
the oil. Right.
Definitely
And now, have you got some oil on?
not yet. So
Right. 4 drops of oil.
set my alcohol on.
And then cover the alcohol with some more shellac because it's too strong. Okay.
All right.
4 drops of oil, and I start off with a normal
Yeah.
straight first.
Right. And before you put the oil on, test the wetness on the paper.
Okay.
Okay.
Check that we're doing.
You're all right.
That's okay.
Right. So
And then just
now, although I've put 4 drops of oil, I would say you probably need a couple more.
Okay.
Okay. Just do 2.
Two.
That's fine.
And then just
Yeah, you can just spread it
Gently.
around. And you can just bring it straight on and begin moving in circles.
okay, straight on in circles. So
Yeah. Now from where I'm standing, I can see that vapor trail. Okay, fine. Go. Can you see that?
yes, I can see.
Right. So once you're sure it's working, that's fine. Now you don't need to lift the rubber off at the end of each row.
So you can just
Just
carry
keep
on.
going. In fact, the fewer times you lift it off, the better. And you don't need to scrub it fast. You can take your time and go in nice, gentle movement. Okay. Can you just lift yours up a second? That sleeve is a bit dangerously close. It could
Okay,
drop
drop,
onto it. So if you
okay.
keep it, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay, that's fine. We tend not to talk about coats so much as sessions of polishing, because as you can see, the coats, well, it doesn't mean a lot to talk about coats because you've already been over it so many times. It's more a matter of how long you can go on before you have to draw the session to a close.
So if it starts to